lovely people. I'm Dr. J of Junie Counseling. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're doing well. Last time we started to introduce this I-5 task of your personal statement, college essay, and letter of motivation. And we didn't even talk about the differences between the three, right? Hopefully you've done your homework and you've taken some time to reflect on your strengths, interests, passions, an area of interest that you engage in where you find yourself lost in a sense of flow. We've talked about that phenomenon before. So if you have, then you've started the groundwork for this next step. Okay, so these three types of writing, the personal statement, college essay, and letter of motivation, are all slightly different, and we're going to delve into each right now. Now, the personal statement is a requirement for universities in the UK and other parts of the world. Over the years, the guidelines around the personal statement have evolved slightly, so now it is quite clear for students. They've broken it down into 3 guideposts. The first guidepost is, why do you want to study this course or subject? Remember, when you're applying to the UK or certain parts of the world, students are already basically declaring a major. They're applying to a specific course of study. So step 1 is to write about why that course. The second section is about how your qualifications or studies have prepared you for that specific course of study. This is where you need to supply them with a lot of evidence. What have you done in the classroom? What have you done outside the classroom? Extra enrichment, podcasts, outside reading, etc. Everything that you have done that equips you as a future candidate for a course in engineering or law or international relations, whatever it may be. Thirdly, what else have you done to prepare, and why are these experiences useful? This is an area where you can talk about any other activities you've done that might be relevant to the course. They can include extracurriculars or service activities or leadership roles that you've held, but remember to make it relevant to your course. Okay, the UK, and typically when they're asking for a personal statement, it needs to be relevant. Now, the majority of students applying to the US will be doing so via the Common Application. And the Common App comes with about 7 prompts to choose from. So it's really up to you. Maybe you want to talk about a background or your identity. Maybe there was a lesson learned after you faced a particular obstacle. Maybe you challenged an idea or belief once, and that experience taught you something about yourself. That could make for some very interesting writing. Or you can always opt for prompt 7, which is a topic of your choice. And I found that prompt 7 tends to be very popular for my students because it's as if they have license to talk about whatever their heart desires. Now, a word about supplementals. There are some institutions in the US that will require you to write a few extra supplementals. These might be short answer essays. There could be 2 to 3 to 4. Really depends on the institution. And the reason for this is because, once again, they really want to delve deeper and peel away the onion of this applicant. They want to fully understand what makes you tick, what you care about, how do you think. Okay, so definitely give those supplementals the time they deserve. The letter of motivation is very similar to the personal statement. Now, the institutions that ask for a letter of motivation also want to know why you want to study that particular course. Now, some of these institutions might also ask why you want to study at their institution. So be sure to answer this query, if that's part of the instructions. And also be sure, if you're tweaking your essay for different institutions, that you're not submitting a piece of writing that showcases how enthusiastic you are to be, studying in Spain someday to an institution in the Netherlands. Always proofread. Okay? All right, there you have it, my friends. That's a snapshot of the 3 different types of writing that will be asked of you when you're applying to universities all over the world. Now, perhaps you are looking at multiple systems, so you'll have to write all 3 kinds of essays, or maybe you are focusing on one particular system, in which case you can focus your energy on one type of writing. Okay, but regardless, give it some time. There may be several iterations, and that is perfectly normal. All right, always proofread, get another set of eyes to help you ensure that you are communicating effectively. All right, remember this is your chance to shine, so give it your personal best. For now, let's meet where you are and see where you'll go. Until next time.